All right, folks, so this is Intro to CAD 2, or Intro to 2D CAD number 2. So this one has 4 objects as well. So we've got this half circle, a little house, kind of a little settlement, city, barn thing, and then an archway. So each of these is going to require a few different tools to make. So I'm going to jump into Inventor. I'm going to close out of these. Don't need these anymore. Awesome. So I'm going to go File, New, Start 2D Sketch, and Create. So to make the arch that is 4 inches wide and has an arc of 2 with a radius of 2 inches, I'll go like this. I'm going to go Start 2D Sketch right here. I'm going to draw a line. I'm going to make this one 4 inches off the bat, so we'll say 4, enter, and then I'm going to go to my arc tool. I'm going to click this endpoint, and then the other endpoint, and come up like this, and just type in 2, enter. Cool. If I right click and then leave it there, I can kind of move the sketch around and it holds its shape, so that's good. Let's hit the lock button. Hit the lock constraint right in the middle there. Right click and say OK, and now it's good. Everything is constrained fully, so you can say Finish Sketch, Extrude, 1 inch, OK. Hit the M key, and then I can measure the surface area right there. Cool. So the next one I'm going to do is a little house. So this little house, if you ever played Catan, this looks kind of like a settlement, and it looks like it's 1 inch wide, 3/4 of an inch tall, and 1 1/8 inch to the peak. So I'll jump in here, say File, New, Center Part, Create, Start 2D Sketch, the surface here, and use my line tool. I'm going to come down, straight down here. I'm going to just type 0.75, enter. I'm going to come over and make this 1 inch, enter. Zoom in a little bit. And I'm going to come back up, 0.75, enter. And then I'm going to just kind of make this peak right there. And then I'll worry about the last dimension here in just a sec. So I'll go Dimension Tool. From here to here, make this 1.125, hit enter. And then these right here, I'm going to use what's called the equal tool. So up here, there's a bunch of these different constraints. We used the lock one before. We're going to use this one right here that says equal. I'm going to make this equal to that. And that will automatically make them the same size so that the pitch of the roof is equal on both sides. And I think we're good. So right click and say OK to get out of that. And now if I try to wiggle this around by grabbing one of the points, the sketch holds its shape, so it's good. So I can lock it down like this. Hit Finish Sketch and Extrude 1 inch and say OK. Voila. I could use the M tool and measure that surface, and I'm good to go. All right, so moving on to the next one, which is the city, if you ever played Catan. And it looks like it's 2 inches wide, 0.75 tall on this side, 1.5 on the opposite side, and then a whole bunch of stuff going on here. So I'll just do this one piece at a time. Go File, New, Standard Part, Create, Start 2D Sketch, XY plane, and I'm just going to start sketching. So it's 2 inches wide, enter, and it went 0.75 up on this side, enter. I'm going to hit Escape so I can get to the other side. Sketch right here, and this one went up 1.5, enter, Escape, and now I can start building the other parts. So in here, it looks like it goes 1 inch over, and then 0.75 up again. So I'll go Line Tool. It's going to come over 1 inch, and notice it snaps to this point, which is nice. That's a little convenience. And it'll snap here as well. That's good. I'll do the same thing I did with the settlement. Oops. So I messed there, so I can hit Control Z, go back to the Line Tool, or click L and that will give you the line tool as well. And then I can start adding dimensions. So right here it says it's 1. We've already got it. Just to be safe, I'm going to add it. Same here, 0.75. It's already there, but just to be safe. And then these two, I'm going to make these equal, like that. Now I got to figure out how tall the top of the roof is. So it looks like it goes up 0.375 from this corner. So I'll go Dimension Tool, boom, boom, 0.375, enter, and there it is. Okay, looks good. So if I right click and say OK, and now if I grab any of these points, the sketch holds its shape when I grab one of the points, so I can lock it, and it's good. So I'll hit finish and extrude 1 inch. OK, click the M tool to measure, and I measure this surface right there. Find the surface area. Okay, we're good with that one. So the next one is the archway. This one's a little bit harder, but looks pretty cool when it's done. So I'm going to go back here and I'm going to say File, New, Standard Part, Create, and this one has a bit of detail we got to pay attention to. It looks like it's 1/4 of an inch all the way through here, and it's 1 inch at its maximum, and then 0.75 tall before it becomes an arc. So I will come back here. I'm going to start making this in the XY plane. I'm going to start drawing some stuff here. This is 0.25, enter, looks good. And then this comes up 0.75, hit escape, and then go over to this side, hit L, and then I can use my line tool again. And this one will also be 0.75. Probably should have typed it in there, but I didn't. 0.75. And I'll go to the other side using my line tool. I'm going to go right here, 0.25, enter, and I'm going to come up. Nice. I'm going to do this one right here as well. Nice. And I can use my equal tool to make this equal to that one, and then this one equal to that. So then these lines will always be the same. Right here, I want these to be collinear. So right here, this is a collinear constraint. What that means is it will make this line up with that no matter what. So we click there and there. These two are going to line up even if I move one. So if I raise this up, it'll follow it, which is really handy. Right now, it can space out. It hasn't been fully constrained yet. So we're going to add the arcs. There's 2 arcs. There's this arc that's 0.25, and then the other one that's 5. Or 0.5, I'm sorry. So I'll go back to Inventor. Arc tool. And I'm going to click here, and here for the inner arc. And notice, see that there's those little symbols that are showing up right there. Boink. That is called tangent. So tangent makes the transition between an arc and a line smooth. So on purpose, I'm going to leave this kind of off like that, and I'm just going to type in 0.25, enter, and notice how it looks kind of weird right there. That's not a smooth curve. I can fix that by going to the tangent tool right here, and I can click the arc and the line, and I'll do the same thing on this side. And sometimes I get this where it says over-constraining. This will over-constrain the sketch. If that happens, you just say cancel, and it's fine. That just means that Inventor has already identified. It's assuming that you wanted that already, so it's already there. So I'm going to click the next one, go here to here, and if I click 0.5, you'll notice that it automatically made a tangent, so it looks good. Right-click, say OK. I'm going to grab one of these points and see if it handles the wiggle test. It does. So I will lock it down. Everything turns black. That's good. Hit Finish Sketch and extrude. OK. And then hit the measurement tool for M, and you can measure this baby out. So that's that. Not too bad. And I think that is it for the second one, and it is. Great.